I'd close your eyes, maybe.
You can have the blindfold if you're not a man.
Yeah, I'd close my eyes too if I had beady eyes.
I can't see to do the show though. Whatever that is, I can smell it.
It's pungent.
It's strong.
Yeah, what is that? Is that bee pollen?
What is this, mace? What are you about?
Powdered mace.
Well, okay, all right. Well, let's hit him with it and let's see what it is here.
In 3, 2, 1, bring in the pain.
Oh my God!
I need water! I need water! Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
I should have worn a blindfold.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I need more water! Please! Please! Oh my God! Kevin, I'm burning!
Oh my God. I was trying to warn him. I said, I smell whatever that smell is. It is so pungent. I'm like,
It's got to be curry powder, right?
It's curry
Oh,
powder.
it's burning my eyes.
You're right. Listen to Denny's. Like Denny's is a victim.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Here comes the big guy. Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Well, hello. How are you guys doing?
Happy Friday.
It still smells like curry in here.
Yeah. Denny's, how
my-
are your allergies? You okay? You doing all right today?
I'm getting better. I've been struggling, though.
Okay. I was thinking about you all night last night.
I was too.
Yeah.
I said a little prayer when I went to sleep. Please, Lord, help Denny's with his allergies.
Dear Lord, poor Denny's had such a tough day today.
He went through it.
I
He
appreciate
did.
you being so strong.
We will never forget, Denny's, what you did on that Thursday.
I appreciate you guys' support.
Bird, looks like you cleaned yourself up nicely.
I don't know about that, but I am cleaner. That's for sure.
You're cleaner.
My eyes were sore until I went to bed last night. They still feel pretty sore. I don't know what it was up with that curry, but it stung. It dried me out. I couldn't get it out of my eye. I put the Visine in it. It just would not. It would not feel normal.
Turns out powdered curry and a leaf blower is a weapon.
You got to respect the curry.
Yes.
I just keep on seeing the amount of curry you put on. I was looking down that barrel, and I underestimated it. The amount of curry you put on, that's what's giving me nightmares.
I don't think it'd be nearly as bad if we just had a blindfold on or goggles or something like that. So I think, eye safety equipment, if we ever do that again, would probably be a good thing to have.
Probably not, though. I think it was terrible physically. I think it's better for the show.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. If you want to see the whole video from yesterday to find out what was going on, it's kind of a fun little game. I like the name that we gave it on the video, Know It or Blow It. And basically, Jaber had some cereal trivia for National Cereal Day. And when he missed the question, he had powder from a leaf blower blown in his face. The video is fantastic, by the way. It's up on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and we'll get it up on our YouTube channel as well. In fact, you should go there and follow us right now. We're on. Hey, wave to the cameras.
Hey,
KVJ
hey.
TV. Yeah.
Woo-woo.
On YouTube, you can see us right there. You can go to the mobile apps as well and check it out. Going to be pulling some more winners from our Instagram. People going, I want those Universal Orlando tickets. Well, that's how we're going to be doing a couple more. We've got also some Universal Orlando. We're going to be doing Virginia's special Mardi Gras edition of Drunk Girl Trivia today.
Yes.
So it's only back for just this week. Don't get all excited or disappointed or upset, whatever you might be, however your emotions might go. It's only going to be today.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got in your mind today, Bird?
Oh, wedding drama. Okay, so I have a niece. She's got a friend. Now tell me about these wedding registries. Is this where people get really annoyed with other people if they're asking for ridiculous items?
Well, on your registry, you should have items that fall into every different price range. Smaller, more affordable gifts, medium gifts, and larger gifts in case somebody wants to go crazy.
Okay, so the friend is going crazy and it's annoying everybody. And I guess she's being annoying about everything. She's asking.
Is this the bride is going
It's
crazy?
the bride.
Okay.
They are asking for, on the registry, I guess, they're asking for a car. Is that annoying? Because everyone's annoyed by that. They're doing the whole, we would love a new car. This is what we want for our wedding. And they're being aggressive with it on social media and all that kind of stuff.
Now, is it just that they're looking for people to donate to a fund for the car? Because there's a certain thing called a honey fund, and you can do whatever you want. You can take that money and put it towards your honeymoon, or you can put it towards your new house.
No, they want a car. Both the couple is asking for a car and I guess it's causing drama and people are annoyed with them. Is that enough to be annoyed with somebody?
If all they're asking for is for you to contribute to their car fund, I don't think it's annoying.
Okay.
Because you can contribute whatever you want.
Okay,
They're not asking every guest for a car.
They're asking for somebody from a car. No, there's a ton of stuff on the registry, a car being one of them. And then they're on social media saying how they need a car.
So they're asking for a bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
And they're asking for a car.
There's where the drama is, and that's why everyone's annoyed with them. But just don't buy the car. They're annoying for asking, but aren't you annoying for getting mad?
Yeah, you go on the registry and you do what you can afford. And a car as an item along with a bunch of other items is kind of annoying.
It's obnoxious.
Yeah. If it's just a fund to help them get a new car, and you can donate 20 or 100 or whatever.
I don't even have a problem with that. If you want to, you can put on a house and be like going, hey, that's what we want. If you want to give a little bit of money to our house, that's fine. Or if you want to do a smaller physical gift that we could have, I'm okay with it. But you then can't pressure and be like going, come on, man, who's going to buy the whole car? And
they're really annoying. I guess they're kind of Facebook fishing or Twitter fishing about how they really want someone to step up and buy them a car, but they're asking for all this other insane stuff too.
Well, here's a news flash. No one coming to your wedding, 99% of the people coming to your wedding will never ever spend more than $250, $300.
So
that's it.
I have a theory, and I think they're trying to go viral to get, hey, we're a couple, we need a car, but you know those GoFundMe pages and stuff like that. I think they're trying to go viral like that.
Where's the interesting part of the story that makes it go viral?
It's not going to go viral.
What's the originality?
Yeah, it's really.
I think a lot of people are doing this.
It's just lame.
Did you both have a registry when you were getting married, or did not even do that?
I didn't do it. The first time? No, I didn't do it either time.
No, I think somebody bought me a sandwich. That's about it.
All the drama that comes from these weddings, man. It's insane.
Yeah, I definitely did not register the second time, me and Panda, because we did a destination wedding. And whenever you go away for a destination wedding and you're asking people to buy a plane ticket and a hotel, I think it's rude to ask them for a gift.
What job did your sister quit for that one?
Did we fly to New Orleans together for your wedding, or did I go separate?
I think you drove with my family.
You don't remember that?
Didn't you
That sounds memorable.
Kev, different time zones, so many years.
You rode in a 20-passenger van.
That sounds memorable.
I don't
There's nothing in your head that captured that?
One of us is wrong.
You rode with Braden, and you rode with Jim Romano, and you rode with Panda.
I rode with the groom?
I think you rode with everybody.
There's not anything in your...
Panda's mom, sister.
That kind of sounds like something might stick.
Did I fly by myself out there and meet you guys? We can talk about this off the air.
I remember you telling me afterwards, oh my gosh, Braden is so awesome.
Well, I still stand by those words.
I mean, absolutely. But I thought it was because you had spent so much time with him in the car on the car ride.
Well, that's quite a mystery.
It's a mystery. We'll get to the bottom of it. Nobody cares, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I am so excited. This Sunday, going to be returning to Jensen Beach for the Jensen Beach St. Patty's Day Parade. Yeah. They've asked me to be the Grand Marshal again. I'm so excited. And I'll be throwing all kinds of green trinkets that we got at Mardi Gras, all kinds of good stuff.
Okay.
Beads,
Yep.
goodies.
Mold.
Not mold.
Okay.
We don't get up to the 772 that often.
I love going up there. They do a cute little parade. They're doing like a dog parade as well and a costume contest. Mulligan's does St. Patty's right.
I have been involved in about 4 different dog parades, and not one of them has gone right. yours will go well, but yeah, I've had to host a couple of them. Oh my gosh!
Maybe it's not the dogs. Maybe it's you.
Very good chance.
Maybe it's a combination. Jaybird plus dogs. Yeah. It's always calamity. What I got on my mind, sad news. Cody Parkey, he was the kicker for the Bears. He's from Jupiter. He's a local kid, went to Jupiter High School. And you remember he missed that kick.
Yes.
And the Bears were knocked out of the playoffs late in the season. Everybody's like all over him about it, even though people believe that the kick was tipped and all this kind of stuff. Now, the Bears cut him.
Oh.
They cut him?
Yeah.
After all
They
that?
fired him. Yeah, basically he got fired.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, and they they replaced him now with a guy who's never kicked in the NFL. And on top of that, his last name is Blewett.
What?
His name is Chris Blewett. So Cody Parkey got replaced by a guy who's never kicked in the NFL, and his name is Blewett.
Well, Blewett, you better not blow
He
it.
just blew it.
You better get up there and just deliver.
Is the Hacky, is that his name? What's
Parkey.
Parkey. Is Parkey?
You're hacky.
Is Parkey?
You're hacky. He's Parkey.
Is he going to play with another team, or he still doesn't have a team yet?
I haven't heard. I don't know. So, Cody, if you're in South Florida and you're listening, where are you? What's going on? We're pulling for you.
Yeah,
we always have
we've
been.
asked a couple of times for an interview, at least on the air. We haven't got. I've seen him do a couple interviews.
I'd love to have him come in,
I would
honestly, because
too.
I loved. He said something that set in motion. I've heard a couple other people say, but I love it. He said, "Look," he said, "Yeah, nobody feels worse than me. One, yeah, trust me, I didn't want to have it miss. And two, he said, people are like, wow, your life, like it's all going to collapse. He's like, no. He's like, this is what I do. It's not who I am. You know, you got to separate the two."
And then the interview was stopped, and then he cried in a room by himself.
Maybe, I don't know.
With a bottle of whiskey.
I actually saw him 2 days later on the beach in Jupiter with his hot chick, and so I'm like, he's doing all right. You know, he's right. He's like putting it all in perspective.
Oh yeah, you go to the beach when you were thinking through some stuff.
He went to the beach with a hot chick and took some photos, and it looked like everything was okay. So,
do you think athletes who have blown it like that, do you think even after time goes on, it still kind of gnaws on their soul a bit? I think it does.
well, absolutely. I mean, you remember the movie Ace Ventura that was, based here in South Florida, and it was all about a Dolphins kicker that had missed it, and it haunted the rest of his life. And yeah, there are, because, cities, and some cities especially, they don't let go of it. And the Bill Buckner thing in Boston with the Red Sox, and it went through his legs. And so, so it's tough.
The reason why I bring up because Bill Buckner is a guy who's been very public saying, I'm at peace with this. I'm okay. I've moved on with my life. But is he being completely honest? Has he?
Yeah, I don't know. You got to wonder, though, because there's nothing else other than sports where I think you do something that bad at your job and it sticks with you for life. Does it ever happen? I mean, could you be like in maybe radio? There's a couple things, there's a couple DJs I know that have done something on air that have stuck with them for life.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got sports, you've got media. Is there any other professions where you could do something like, let's say, for instance, you're a cashier? Could you have such a bad...
Yeah.
It has to be publicized. That's the thing. That's what makes these so epic. It's a really, really bad failure, and a lot of people knew about it.
A lot of exposure, yeah.
A lot of exposure. I think if you're a cashier who, comes up short a couple $100 in her drawer, yes, it's awful. Yes, it's horrible. But not a lot of people know about it.
Okay. Airline pilot, definitely, I bet, right?
Well, I think anybody who's
When
got...
you crash.
Yeah, right.
I think anyone who's got the potential of going viral. Remember that one girl at Starbucks who was stealing that card and they had her face on camera? I mean, nobody would have known who that cashier was. And then all of a sudden, but everyone knows who she is.
Will she be in a town in 20 years or she can't walk down the street without going, hey, you Bucknered it, or hey, Parkey, yeah, nice miss.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
The amount of people, I think, that held on to that girl's story would be very minimal.
think
And the
outside of
significance
media
of the moment.
Yeah, media, sports, entertainment. I don't know if there's any other field that comes close.
It's impactful.
Right.
And if it means something to you like sports do, then it's really personal.
Yeah.
Blowing the national anthem like
Yeah.
like when Fergie did that weird jazzy version.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's going to stick with you. Well, is it about time for American radio to stop playing Michael Jackson? That is the question that we're asking on our Twitter here today. It's happened in England. Some Canadian radio stations have done it. Some people have responded in England by spray painting Michael Jackson as innocent on the station vehicles in England. So it is
That's messy.
a very turbulent issue that's been brought up by this HBO documentary that has come out about Michael Jackson and the two new accusers and the stories that they tell about how Michael Jackson victimized them. And now everything that had happened that was settled in a court case over a decade ago is bubbling back up to the surface. And because Wade Robson, one of the people who testified for Michael Jackson in his initial case, is now one of the accusers and has completely changed his tune and saying, yeah, I just didn't roll over on him.
So he actually went in court and
Yes.
defended Michael Jackson.
Yes, he did.
Initially.
Yes. He was actually one of the main reasons why Michael Jackson was acquitted in that trial. Yeah, go look at the documentary of it and the story. I watched a lot of footage with Gayle King in the interviews, and what Gayle King was talking about, she's taking kind of a front row on this and driving the bus on the Michael Jackson story. Yeah, that was one of the things about Wade Robson. I think that's why so many people are looking at this saying, look, if Wade would have had this story, then the outcome of the trial likely would have been a lot different. So maybe that's why people feel differently about it.
What are your thoughts about that, Virginia?
Well, other people say that there was money exchanged back in the day when Wade testified in Michael's favor. And then maybe after Michael passed away and there wasn't money anymore, that Wade changed his story, either for the money or because he felt guilty. I don't know. I don't know the guy.
I think the Michael Jackson's family is saying that Wade Robson had wanted to be a part of some Cirque du Soleil Michael Jackson show, and he didn't get the part, and then he got bitter, and then that's when he kind of flipped.
I think that is a fact. I think you can fact check that.
Okay.
That he tried to be the choreographer for that Cirque project, and they turned him down, and then his career started crumbling, and then he went to therapy and realized he had been molested.
Not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, Macaulay Culkin, they had asked him about it, and he'd said, look, I hadn't seen anything. You know, Michael and I hung out, and everything was okay with that. And Corey Feldman had pretty much kind of said the same thing. And Jaber and I, when you were out, Virginia, talked about, well, maybe it's because they had a platform and a microphone, so Michael Jackson wouldn't have done anything because it would have been more high profile. So he was going with kids that didn't necessarily have the kind of platform that those child stars did. But now Corey Feldman himself is got a little bit of a different tune. Not saying he's flipping the script, but here's what he's saying now about Michael Jackson.
It is obviously a very emotional time for me, and this is a very emotional process for any survivor of abuse, anybody that's been through these things. To, first of all, I ask people to put themselves in my shoes. You know, you're a kid who has endured sexual abuse, and during those times, I'm looking to somebody like Michael Jackson as a friend, as a big brother figure, and he was that person to me. However, as you're friends with this guy, all of a sudden you start to hear more and more accusations being thrown around by various people, and it comes to a point where, as an advocate for victims, as an advocate for changing the statutes of limitations to make sure that victims' voices are heard, it becomes impossible for me to stay virtuous and not at least consider what's being said and not listen to what the victims are saying.
He basically said, I'm also not here to judge him because, again, he did not do those things to me, and that was not my experience. But there's obviously a lot of pressure on Corey Feldman. The Simpsons have caved. They had an episode with Michael Jackson in it from 1991. They've pulled that from the rotation. They will not be airing that again. And also, people were starting to dredge up stuff that had happened through the history of the accusations from Michael Jackson to say, okay, when we put the spotlight back on it, how does it stand up after time and what we've heard and more accusations? And somebody pulled up a press conference with LaToya Jackson, Michael's sister, from 1993. And this is what she said then in the press conference.
Michael is my brother. I love him a great deal, but I cannot and I will not be a silent collaborator of his crimes against small, innocent children. And if I remain silent, then that means that I feel the guilt and the humiliation that these children are feeling, and I think it's very wrong. I have seen checks payable to the parents of these children. and I never want to speak about it. I never want to say anything about it. But I think it's sad because I am a victim myself, and I know what it feels like. And these kids are going to be scarred for the rest of their life, and I don't want to see any more innocent small children being affected this way. I love Michael very dearly, but I feel even more sorry for these children because they don't have a life anymore. Now you stop and you think for 1 second, and you tell me what 35-year-old man is going to take a little boy and stay with him for 30 days, and take another boy and stay with him for 5 days in a room and never leave the room.
There was more to it. She kept going and going.
She later recanted all that, pulled back from it, and was like, oh, okay, I was just going through a tough day.
Well, what the hell?
Everyone, it's hard
and I think they tried to explain the checks as well. Yeah, Michael gave money to families to try to help them out. That was just because he was caring and generous. It wasn't because he was paying hush money. And that's how they tried to reframe the checks when that all happened. So, I mean, all this kind of stuff has been going on. There's just a little root here and a little root there. And if you're old enough, like myself, to have been a huge Michael Jackson fan back in the day and to grow up through all the accusations as they came out, yeah, there were a lot of things like, okay, there's some odd stuff that is going on here.
I asked the question again: Are the Simpsons pulling that episode because they're taking a moral stance, or are they doing it to get publicity? You know what I mean?
It could be all of it.
Or is it they're pulling an episode from 91 and nobody cares? They weren't going to play it anyway.
That's possible, too.
It's from 91.
Well,
I don't think it's that dramatic.
If nobody cares, they're doing it for publicity.
Right.
They're trying to get,
Well, what do they lose from it? They're like, okay, I mean, how often? I mean, they've been on for, 40 years? So it's like, okay, yeah, what's one episode? How often is that going to run anyway?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't think, a big deal.
You're right. You really think? I think isn't it the longest running show ever?
Yeah.
A lot of content.
That and The Price is Right, I think, are like battling it out.
But these are all the kind of things that start the avalanche going in a certain direction. And I think right now the boulder is teetering like on the cliff. And which side is it going to roll down? Is it going to roll down the, yes, we need to get rid of everything Michael Jackson, or we've already gone through this and he was acquitted side of the mountain?
I'd actually like to sit down and talk to Leo. Because he does
our boss?
Yeah, he does the music and stuff. And I'm just curious, if he had to play Michael Jackson, would he let it play or would he pull it? I mean, wouldn't it be his decision, or would it be our boss's?
Since one of our stations, I believe, is still playing it, I assume that right now he would say there's not enough evidence from what I've seen. You've got the accusations, but if it became true, then I would assume, yeah, he would say, yeah, if we knew, and that was the question you had, without a shadow of a doubt, that Michael Jackson had done this. But this is hard because the man has passed.
And aren't you supposed to say, oh, somebody's innocent until a court finds him guilty?
And they say it actually went to trial. And then somebody would say, well, but the guy who, and the reason why he was
Justice
acquitted
wasn't
is now...
blind.
It depends on who you ask. There are some people who are going to say it was done in the courts and it is over. No, let's move on. And there's going to be other people who say, look, the court of public opinion, he's guilty. It depends on who you ask, and I don't think you're going to get any answers.
I don't think we'll ever know because we're too
Yeah.
far removed. Like most people are like us. They're on the outside looking in, trying to figure out who's lying and who's telling the truth. And most of us don't have information to credibly say one way or the other.
I think because of that, you're not going to see Michael Jackson banned in America unless some new big bombshell comes out.
I agree.
I think with where it is, I think you're okay. And I just wanted to test the waters to see kind of like where our audience, was with this. And I asked a question. So the Simpsons are pulling the episode. Is it time for radio to stop playing the King of Pop and Michael Jackson? 64% are saying yes, he's a pedophile, and 36% say no, the accusers are liars.
But only 3 people voted.
It's 45. So you're right. It's not a huge sample.
I'm kidding.
But we'll put that up on our website as well, kvjshow.com, because I'm just kind of curious, and I'm sure Leo would like to know too, what is the sentiment on it? How do people feel? And right now, a majority, 64%, a good majority, is saying that yes, it is time for radio to stop playing Michael Jackson.
And I wonder if Leo even has that. Does Leo have the power to do that, or would that come from?
No, Leo could do that.
Okay.
Here.
He could do it here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done it bigger before when we were with our old company because he was the boss of programming.
Yeah, I'm just I know what nobody does around here.
And the other point that Mandy's bringing up in our chat room, too, this is the other thing. Regardless of guilt or innocence, there are a lot of people that would not stop listening or watching somebody's material because they can separate or they want to separate the person from the talent.
Oh, Totally. We talked about this with the R. Kelly thing, and a lot of people said exactly what you're saying. I can't stand R. Kelly as a person, but I'm still going to listen to his music.
Mm-hmm. So we definitely want to know, and this is probably a discussion that is not dead yet. It'll just be interesting to see exactly where it ends up and where it goes as it's still kind of shifting and these kind of things are happening. Where will it land? Will you start hearing Michael Jackson banned for good on American radio? Got some birthdays going on. Nothing really in the celebrity world, but we got some bigger people in that. Like Elliot having a birthday today. It's from Nancy, Alex, Katie, the Fur Babies, Otto, Harlow, Brandy, and Igor, as well as Snoopy.
Elliot.
Yes. Also, we got to say happy birthday to London from Mommy.
London.
Also, a little shout out to Megan from your favorite brother, Scott.
Megan.
We got Grace having a birthday from Mom and Dad.
Grace.
Aaliyah. Nana and Papa having a birthday. Also, 9th birthday is going out tomorrow for Jordan. There you go.
Yay,
Happy
Jordan.
birthday. That's Mom, Dad, and brother Connor. And happy birthday, baby girl, from Mom, Dad, and Emma Bug. Katie sent that in, so there you go. Got a birthday you want to go on the KVJ show? All you got to do is just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. Big weekend coming up. There's a lot of good stuff going on, including Rapids opening up for the season. And this weekend only, they're offering a special one-day ticket price of $19.79 plus tax. The Bird, gonna be there Sunday 2 to 4.
Oh, I'll be that guy sunbathing in that lazy river. Oh,
Fancy.
yeah. Oh, I love that thing. You just lay on that thing and you circle around. Oh, it's so nice.
It's new yellow Speedo glistening in the sun. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can break that out if you want. I don't know if you want that.
If you'd like to get some tickets, I got a 4-pack. No Name Movie Game. All right, everybody. It's time to play the No Name Movie Game.
I like the new music.
I know you do.
Gives a little pep to the bit.
It does, doesn't it? Same old rules, though, just new music that goes along with the Friday fun here. And we've got our first contestant. It is Stephanie from Boynton Beach. Hello, Stephanie.
Good morning. Please excuse my voice. I was with Virginia and Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay. Well, this should be fun to listen to.
Oh, boy. All right. Virginia and you talking with each other.
I feel like we're separated at birth.
Two wishes.
All right, we got 60 seconds we're going to put here on the clock. Virginia gives you the clues. Can't use the characters' names, actors' names, or the words from the title of the movie.
Kev, we do got to mention that producer Denny's is the sitting champion right now for the No Name Movie Game. I
2
think
weeks
it's
in a row? Is that
kind
right?
of important. Yeah, it is 2 weeks in a row. Some call it a streak. Some people call it a fluke.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Let's see how this works out. Are you ready to go here, Stephanie?
Ready.
Are you ready, Virginia?
Ready, Kev.
All right, then your time begins now.
If you take medicine and bad things happen to you, they're called what?
Side effects.
Yes. It's a drinking age. It's this.
21.
And one more word. It's not just 21, because you can go 22, 23, 24, 25.
21 years.
Pass. Pass on that one. He was a cowboy from the 50s. Did he have like a horse and he wore a pass? This is where you pick up your luggage after you've flown on a flight.
The terminal.
No, it's where you pick up your luggage after you've
Luggage claim? Pass. Oh my gosh.
Pass. Pass that one. Ugh. You're a left-handed person. You're called a what?
Southpaw.
Yes. Another name for Los Angeles is what?
Dose.
City of Angels.
Wow.
Which is human, Denny's?
That was a rough round. I'm
It's that
sorry.
Mardi Gras hangover there
Yeah.
for both ladies.
Oh, it was all
Yeah.
Virginia's fault.
It will get you.
Yeah, all Virginia's fault.
Sorry.
Michelle's on here from Port St. Lucie. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Okay. You are going to be paired up with Denny's here today in the No Name Movie Game.
Okay.
I don't want to brag. I got the No Name Movie Game tennis trophy
From
and the belt.
A lot of
1982.
pressure right there.
Quit bragging.
Yeah, you know, every now and then, humble brag, you know.
Humble brag. Not bragging.
Okay, there's 60 seconds on the clock. Danny's going to give you the clues starting now.
If there's no blank, there's no. Pass that one. Jeez. Let's see here. You definitely don't bring a gun to this. It's a common phrase. Pass that one. Yeah. Let's see.
The mall.
If you can't take this, get out of the kitchen. Pass that one. These are little blue creatures, and this wizard wants to eat them. Yep. This is, you use this to clear land out. It's a long blade used to cut foliage. Foliage. Here, pass that one. Let's see here. This is their house is haunted. The ghosts are in their walls. There's a TV scene. They're coming. We're here. Pass that one.
Oh my gosh.
Pass that one. Let's see here. It's worth more than silver.
Gold.
Yep. And this is a person who fixes your car.
Mechanic.
Hey, Denny's, let me see your eyes real quick.
Champ, what happened?
I don't know. Throw it off.
Did you guys tie?
We tie it too.
Oh, come on, Bird.
This is so easy. You should get this.
Walk in the park. Yep.
He's unplugged his headphones.
Come on, Bird. Easy, easy, easy.
All right.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Do we have a contestant?
We do.
Okay.
It's Nancy on here from Deerfield Beach. Hello, Nancy.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Nancy, I don't have to tell you how big this is. This is an important one. This is really. I'm going to the Rapids this weekend. Imagine me peacocking Rapids with this belt.
Yep. We'll leave it there for some kid to take home.
Sounds like you left it on the Pontiki.
Oh!
Are you here to play with me or roast me, Nancy?
I'm a Nancy fan.
Both, baby, both.
Okay, 60 seconds are on the clock here in the No Name Movie game. Your time, Jaybird and Nancy, begins now.
Oh my gosh, this bolt of the pass. Okay, me and you, we're taking a little bit of hiatus of school because we're celebrating a week of
Spring break?
Yeah, but the term you got it, but just add on something. It's we would be called this though. Oh my gosh, pass.
Can we pass?
Another name for the guy with the red cape with an S on his cape. Another name for him.
Superman.
No, another name for him.
Man of Steel. Man of
Yes,
Steel.
yes. A little kid ends up morphing into this when they get older. They turn into what? Little kids turn into what?
Men.
No, pass.
Man.
Pass. What's in the sky? It's an Italian dish. Oh my gosh, the weatherman says there's an Italian dish in the sky. That means it's
Meatballs.
pass. I love these people. They give me food.
Oh, you lost with one. You just lost with one, and we're going to do a tiebreaker between contestants that had two apiece. And you got to sit it out.
I'm legit sad, and I'm gonna go to the vending machine.
Would you mind getting me something while you're there?
I will be your little biatch. What do you want, Mama? You want a water?
I'll take some
Jeez.
chips.
Wow, this nuts.
I'm reeling, Kevin.
He can't believe it.
He can't believe it. He can't even bear to watch. He had to leave the studio. He lost with one, and he's not included in something.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Stephanie, you're still alive here. We just chopped the time down to 10 seconds in the No Name Movie game, okay?
Got it.
All right, here we go. 10 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
It's like an orange, but it's not. It's in the same family. It looks just like it, but
Grapefruit?
smaller. It's smaller.
Or lemon, lime.
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Okay. Dennis, you got to just get one.
Just gotta get one.
You get one, Michelle, and you get the 4-pack of tickets to the Rapids, okay?
Okay.
All right, Denny's. Here you go. What'd you get in the vending machine, Jaybird?
I forgot my wallet.
Didn't this happen yesterday when you were supposed to buy me breakfast?
I don't need you to get on the microphone and tell me how to live my life. Why don't
Talking
you-
about, oh, Mama, I'll hook
Sorry,
you
when
up.
he eases his pain in the vending machine, he
I'll
gets there
hook
and
you
realizes.
up. I'll get you eggs. What you want?
Do you have a dress that has any other color than black?
Not really.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Denny's, kick her witchy butt. Come on, Denny's. It's personal now. Come on, Denny's.
10 seconds on the clock.
A win for Denny's is no win for the witch.
What?
I don't know.
There's a lot of pressure right now.
So much pressure.
Not as much as Japer for some reason. He's not even playing.
He's almost more stressed out than anyone.
I don't know why.
Are you okay,
He's nothing
Bert?
but he's the most stressed out bystander I've ever seen. Okay. All right, 10 seconds here on the clock. Your time begins now.
You type these in. They're pictures that you type in text, and they made a film about it.
Emojis.
Put it all together. It was the name of a movie.
Emoji movie.
Yep, that's
She
it.
got it.
Add the buzzer. We got a winner here.
Yay!
Denny's won. Yeah.
We did it.
it. We took down the witch.
That's a three-peat, by the way, for Denny's.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
That's a dynasty, dog.
Oh,
Dang, look at that. Very nice. Well, congratulations, Michelle. You got a 4-pack of tickets. Going to be hooking you up for the 2019 grand opening of Rapids Water Park, their 40th anniversary, okay?
All right, thank you.
You are welcome. 30 acres featuring 42 water slides and attractions. Opening up this weekend. Something to do with the kids.
Job, Denny's.
Yeah.
Job, yeah.
Denny's,
solid
you
round.
did great. I mean, Jaybird couldn't even get 2.
Oh, it was terrible. Gosh, it was terrible. It was a terrible round. I want it too bad.
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, odd thing. You're actually applying for a job, and you don't get the job, but you get something else. And is that something else actually illegal? I'll tell you all about it coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
How would you react if what happened to Isaac happened to you? Now, Isaac, you're on the job hunt. You're doing some interviews out and about, and something interesting has happened with one of the places where you went to go interview. Tell me about what's going on with your job search right now.
Yeah, interesting is a good word. Basically, long story short, I'm a graphic designer. My last company went out of business about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been interviewing, and I had a couple interviews that I thought went pretty well.
Okay.
I had one place, I did 2 interviews. Both of them went over 2 hours. The second interview was like a casual one at a coffee shop. They said, "Oh, we want to get to know you outside of a business showing, whatever," right?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's unusual, but it's not super weird. Most jobs are just look at your portfolio, cool, you're hired or you're not hired, right?
Right.
So I go in for my third interview at this place, and the woman who interviewed me each time told me that, unfortunately, she didn't think I was right for the position, which, obviously a bummer. But then, this is the weird part, she goes, "I think you could be the right person for me, though." And I was like,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She wants to date you?
I'm like, yes.
Oh.
She basically, I was obviously very caught off guard. Well, I kind of didn't say anything. And she was like, "I'm sorry. This probably isn't what you were expecting to hear. But, I felt like I wanted to say it." And then she slid her number, on a piece of paper to me across the desk. And she was like, "Hey, text me if you ever want to hang out." So that was pretty weird, right?
Okay.
Remember this
Yeah.
happened to one of my niece's friends? She was in the middle of an interview. She didn't get the job, and the guy just asked her out.
I mean, it's a weird headspace because you're like, okay, you're rejecting me and accepting me all at the
same time.
moment, and I'm supposed to do what with this?
They're not giving you the job because they want to sleep with you.
Well, and the other thing, too, you said, 2 interviews, and each interview with this woman was 2 hours long?
Yeah. And again, the second one was at a coffee shop.
Oh, so yeah, that's a date.
Yeah, you're on a date. You are on a forced date.
How old was she?
That's what I'm saying.
How old are you? How old is she?
Well, I'm 28. She's a little bit older. I would say probably about 10 years older than me, but I'm okay with that. Well, you know what? I got to tell you the second part of the story because it gets a little even weirder, right?
Okay.
She gave me her number, and this is on Thursday actually. So I didn't text her back yet. I'm still kind of trying to process what's going on, right?
Yeah, understandable.
Right. I get a text yesterday from a number that I don't know that says, "Going to the beach, want to meet up," right? So I say, "Who this?" Right? She said, "Oh, it's Gabriella from the company that you just interviewed with." And I'm like, okay, I didn't give her my number. The only way she got my number is by taking it off the resume that I gave her to apply for the job.
Oh, wow.
Okay, be honest with me. Have you at all fantasized about her since this is all gone down?
Is she, I mean, you said 10 years older. Is she hot, though?
Yeah, she's pretty good looking.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's into it.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how hot is she?
Like, between a 7 and an 8.
Okay.
You've thought about her though?
I mean, I have, but like, not honestly. I thought she was going to be my boss or something. So she wasn't even on the radar until she put the number to me and was like, "Hey, I want to go out." And I was like, "What?" And so I'm like, "Is this a pity date? Was she just wasting my time with all these interviews, and was she never going to hire me?" It's just
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yep.
I don't think she was ever interested in you graphic designing anything. She had a design on getting you in the bed.
It's the same thing that happened to my niece's friend. He knew he had that job filled, so he had this girl come into an interview knowing she's not going to get it. So she goes in there, she pitches herself and goes, "Oh yeah, the job's been filled," and then he asks her out.
Okay, that's just creepy. If the job's already been filled.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's how it went down.
Wow. Now, if you were Isaac's friend, would you say, should he date this chick or not?
I mean, really, I would just tell you to follow your heart. If you think that you might,
Well, what could happen? I mean, right now he doesn't have the job, so I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe if he dates her and it goes well, you never know. Maybe it.
You could win her over.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the job and you're into her, carpe diem.
What happens with this? Because I'm kind of curious. How out of line is this? Now, let's say that she had a boss, and her boss finds out that somebody she just turned down for a job, his proposition for a date, and on top of it, when he didn't text her, she takes the initiative to get his phone number off of the resume and be like, "I'm heading to the beach. Would you like to join me?"
She'd get fired. It's a fireable offense.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If the boss cares.
I think if somebody pushed it,
for HR people,
got
if
a
you could
lawyer. If you got a lawyer and said, "I had this job opportunity,
Yeah.
and this person was sexually harassing me."
Well, I mean, is it sexually harassing at this point where you're just asking, "Hey, would you like to join me at the beach?"
During an interview, if you are hitting on somebody during an interview and you're in a position of power, that is sexual harassment.
So this is totally out of line. She would be fired or should be fired if her boss knew.
I think that would happen.
I assume she probably does.
Yeah, if they're legit, she should be fired. But not every place is legit.
Does this happen a lot?
I got a personal story about it. They're calling in. It probably happens more than you think.
Wow. You go in for a job interview and you wound up getting hit on instead. How many people does this happen to? Anybody ever get fired for it or know somebody got fired for it? Because you're right, probably does.
Did anybody not take the job but take the lover and something came out of that?
Okay. 877-979-WRMF. You can call or text us right now, 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Isaac's looking for a graphic design job. Thought he had one because he did 2 interviews. Two hour-long interviews. Then he hears that he's not the right guy for the job, but the woman who's trying to hire him says, "I think you're right for me." And it's like, "Here's my number, call me." And he has the number and doesn't do anything with it. And then, like yesterday, he gets a text, "Hey, it's Gabriella from so-and-so company, and I'm heading to the beach. You want to join me?" And it's like, whoa, wait, okay.
This girl's messing with your head too much.
Well, a couple thoughts on this. Does this happen? And one, is this illegal? Like, where does this stand? And somebody said, what if he didn't get the job just because she was into him? She's like, okay, maybe he's qualified, maybe he'd be good for it, but she's like, if I give him the job, I can't date this guy, and I'd rather date him than hire him.
That's messed up.
That is kind of messed up. Somebody said, I wonder how many other guys this chick's done this to in the hiring process. So that is a good question. And somebody else said, think about if the roles were reversed. This would be a really big case of sexual harassment, right? If you switch the genders, you wouldn't be questioning it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not fair.
Yeah. Somebody else said in a text, so you can't hit on someone just because you're the boss? Who cares? You like who you like.
During an interview?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a good defense.
It's
deemed
way
inappropriate.
unprofessional. It's just not how you should run things.
Somebody said, I work for a bank and looking up customer info without business reason is against the code of ethics and a fireable offense. Now, I don't know if she necessarily looked it up, but she clearly got his cell phone number from the resume he gave her. Now, she's not looking at something she shouldn't, but it's not. I mean, it's understood you shouldn't be using that information on that resume for your personal reasons.
To invite him to the beach.
Somebody said that I won't name the place. It is a large kind of hotel resort area here in South Florida. And I got the job there not because of my skills, but the manager was interested in me. We actually had an affair, and when his wife found out, I got fired. I reported the affair to HR, and they sided with the manager who initiated the affair.
Really?
So that's
scandalous.
Okay, that goes against everything I would have thought would have been rational thought.
Well, that shows you that they liked him more. They didn't believe you.
Gosh.
Wow, that's messed up.
So you might actually become, well, I mean, not that you're completely in the right, but I would think she would have won that because what he did is out of line. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I got turned down for a job I was way overqualified for because the guy said his wife would think I was too pretty.
Oh, my gosh. That's so messed up.
I didn't think that bosses could hook up with people beneath them. Like, shouldn't that be like the rule? Like, if somebody has power over you in your gig, they shouldn't be like hooking up with you, right?
All I know is during an interview, you can't ask people out. I mean, it doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
I can see how you would get in trouble for being inappropriate. If I am a boss and I'm interviewing somebody and I don't give her the job and then I'm asking her out during the interview, I think you can get in trouble for that.
I think you should. And somebody said I would request an interview with a different person at that job saying, look, I interviewed for 4 hours. I mean, wouldn't you think after 4 hours of interviews?
2 separate times,
right.
4 hours.
And the second time's at a coffee shop?
And then I got invited to the beach. It's just real fishy.
Yeah, I'd be saying to myself, I'm like, oh, I totally have this. I'd be telling my friends, be like, yeah, it looks really good.
Got the job, definitely.
Yeah, 2 interviews, 4 hours I've sat down, and this person really seems into me. Yeah, that is kind of messed up. Somebody said I work in a property management office, and one day we had this young, attractive female assistant that started working there. 2 weeks later, she's gone. I'm like, okay, what's happened? 2 or 3 weeks then after that, I find out that she actually met the owner when he came in, and he said, I want to date you, quit the job, and now she's going to be marrying him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, thanks for bringing her in. She's fired and hired in a different way.
Yeah, he said, hey, if you want to quit, you can start dating me.
Wow.
Dang, that's
it must have been a good enough offer because she's not at the job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And somebody else said, I'm a graphic designer, and this actually happened to me once before.
Really? Maybe it's the same chick.
No, this is a different type scenario. He said all the guy wanted to date me for was under a fake veil of free work. Every couple nights he would say, hey, I had this idea. Can you quickly sketch it up for me? And what am I going to do? Charge my boyfriend? Sounds fishy.
Oh, he was making you do free work and never hired you?
So he kind of started dating. He said, I didn't give him the job. Started dating this guy. And then he'd be going, hey, could you do this for me real quick? You're my boyfriend now.
The answer is no.
So basically, he hired him without paying him because he was getting the free work out of him anyway.
That's messed up.
That is so messed up.
I'd be like, no, I don't work for you.
Dang.
Ugh.
That is some crazy stuff.
People are dirtbags.
The one comment, you like what you like. The boss.
Somebody said, hey, welcome to South Florida and corporate America, people. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, we're sitting here. Isn't that so? You have so many things in society where you're like going, that's messed up and that's weird and it's wrong. And it's going, well, that's just the way we do it here in America.
Well, I think it's different when it starts getting, because I've known people that one was a manager, one was an employee, and they end up dating or even getting married. But they were both into it. They both knew what was going on. When you're in an interview, you're there to get a job. Now you're trying to impress this person, and then they're asking you out. It's a completely different dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. Interesting thoughts on that. So, a lot of people just telling Isaac, go to the beach, baby. Have some fun.
Go to the beach.
Do her good and then use her for a reference.
Oh, jeez. You put references down for that?
I guess so. Well, I think we all fall, right? My wife, the Mexican Queen, did something that completely embarrassed my daughter, Caitlin. They were
On purpose or on accident?
on accident.
Okay, well, that's what you have to look at.
Yes.
You can't be mad if it wasn't on purpose.
But sometimes it can be cringier if it is in real time and there's no acting along. If it's something that's really embarrassing and it's real, that can be awful.
Well, to kind of set the stage here, my daughter Caitlin, her boyfriend, plays on the Lynn men's basketball team, and they're kind of like in their conference tournament right now. And so my wife and the rest of the family, they typically go to a lot of the games to support him and to be there with my daughter, a little bit of family time. And so it's big for my daughter because she's there with her college friends and her boyfriend's there. And it was a big night. And on Wednesday night, they actually won the game and they go on to like the championships this weekend at Nova. And so that was all very exciting. So, there's a lot of exuberance. And as they're exiting the stand, something happened. And the Mexican Queen, when she got down the floor, she slipped, and she said it was such a massive fall. It's one of those ones, how like your legs come up in the air and you kind of get upended?
Yes.
Well, apparently what had happened, she got upended, but she was holding a cup of coffee. So follow this, because a lot happens here really fast. She hits the ground, legs in the air, coffee in her hand, right on the chick behind her, all over her coat. My wife hits the ground and then pees her pants.
Pees her pants?
Pees her pants.
Did people know?
I think it was just a whole, you're looking and it's just a lot. There's a lot of liquids flying. Coffee, urine, everything's going on. And my wife gets up, and apparently my daughter you couldn't get any more red. She was totally mortified. And I'm like, did anybody see? She's like, yes, there were like 200 plus people in the gym. Everyone saw it. It was one of those like, bam, like, oh, dang, did you see that?
I'm sure the college kids didn't hold back their laughter.
They were like, oh, no, oh, dang.
It was rolling in the aisles.
Oh, yeah, it was one of those kind of like, man.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all have had an embarrassing fall, monumental fall.
Yeah, my junior year, it was my first varsity baseball at bat. It was packed. They had the school cameras there, and I got a base hit, and I was so excited. I tripped and fell on my face, and I started crawling to first base, and I had to dive to get to first base. It was all caught on film, and they replayed it for a week on the school, and everyone's like, hey, have a nice fall.
Did you make it?
Barely.
Barely.
Everybody was laughing.
At least you made it.
Oh, the debate is on. Who is the new Nickelback? Some people are saying it's not Imagine Dragons, it's actually Maroon 5. Okay.
They do get a lot of hate. In fact, we spent 15 minutes in a segment trashing Maroon 5. I remember us doing that. We lightened up our stance a little bit, but there was a segment we all were ripping on Maroon 5.
But, I mean, rip as much as you want. Maroon 5 is no Nickelback.
They are hotter.
They're so much hotter. They're
agree.
not the same level.
Really?
But they do create a hate, though, for some people.
I think what you're talking about is it seems like they're just, to me, the Nickelback-itis is you're retreading a same sound just to get radio hits. And would Maroon 5 not be guilty of that since their first album?
They do, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they're not hated for it for some reason. They get away with it, and they get spins, and people are not turning on them like they turned on Nickelback.
Nickelback got spins, and you're right. The hate's not nearly as bad.
The hate is not nearly as bad.
But there is hate for
There
Maroon
is,
5.
but there's so much love, too, for Adam Levine. And he's got the side gigs.
Oh, you were just in it with him.
I'm not a fan.
I don't know.
I'm just from the outside looking in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. She goes on, no, he's this and
I
then
know,
that.
right?
Oh, my God.
You really fooled me.
I'm not a fan, but he's killing it. I can.
You are such a fan.
Game recognizes game.
Oh, Kevin, there should be a new rule. She's never allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
In fact, you should turn off her microphone for at least 3 minutes.
I can't. She's hosting this game.
Somebody had too much to drink. Now it's time for you to think. Drunk girl trivia.
This is really like a struggle for me to say.
All right, we got Ashley on here from Westlake. Hello, Ashley.
Hi there.
Hey, Westlake, is that the new community that's far west that's going to have all the stuff built up around it, around Loxahatchee Grove or something like that?
It sure is.
Okay, I hear that's going to be the new hotness out there, huh? They building up like shopping plazas and all kinds of stuff there, right?
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Westlake is get used to that. That's
Okay.
going to be South Florida's new big town.
It's the new hotness.
It's the new Southwest Ranches, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, big stuff. Okay, so here we go. Playing a little drunk girl trivia. This is Virginia from Mardi Gras this last week hosting this. And did you have a couple cocktails going into this, Virginia?
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean, at any given point.
Okay.
You do realize this is a make or break drunk girl trivia. Drunk girl trivia is at a very fragile state here on the KVJ
It's
show.
officially on hiatus, so it's only coming back for a special occasion today.
And if it sucks, I know how Kevin is.
Yeah.
And maybe we should only bring it back for special occasions.
It probably will be, yeah. So it
That's
might just be
fine.
special drunk events, yes. Maybe a St. Patty's Day coming up in a couple
There you
weeks.
go.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe just special drunk occasions that'll come back. So here is one with our host, Vicious V.
All right. What's your name and what you been drinking today?
My name is Callie. I have been drinking strawberry watermelon Hennessy daiquiris. Quite a few.
What you drinking now?
A Ramos gin fin with a side of olives.
So, where are you from?
Buffalo.
Oh, it's Cousin Callie, everybody.
It's me, it's hot cousin Callie.
Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on.
Did she say
hold on.
hot cousin Callie?
She introduces herself as Hot Cousin Callie.
Because she is.
Oh, boy. Oh, Jaybird, here we go.
I'm just here, just listening, just
yeah.
kind of.
Oh, boy. Here we go. All right. Question number 1.
Question number 1, hot cousin Callie, who's had way too much Hennessy. Who was the second president of the United States of America?
Second President of the United States of America. That was John Adams.
I believe it was Mr. Adams.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, Virginia. Good Lord. She's bringing out like tough trivia questions here. Ashley, what do you think about hot cousin Callie? Is she going to get that correct?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one.
No. Abe Lincoln?
No, not Abe Lincoln. No.
Oh for 1, but there's a couple more questions.
But you know what? She's hot.
Maybe hot cousin Callie gets the hang of it as
Yes.
the game goes on.
All right, question 2.
All right, what's your question, Panda?
Who played the genie in Aladdin? Who was the voice of the genie in Aladdin?
Oh, okay. Who was the voice of the genie in Aladdin? It's a cartoon question.
Okay.
I think you guys should have asked it a couple more times.
All right. The genie.
Okay, Panda,
Who?
ask her one more.
Been drinking.
Aladdin.
Were you drinking when you were editing?
Yeah.
Robin Williams would be the answer. Ashley, do you think that hot cousin Callie is going to get that?
I don't think so. Not this time.
Gonna miss that one too. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Oh!
She got it.
She actually did get it. Okay. You are 1 for 1 right now. Third and final question here for hot cousin Callie.
Question number, what number is it? 3. Name all 7 dwarfs.
Oh, gosh.
Isn't that a Jaybird question?
I don't know.
You're poaching my material here, which
Yeah.
that's totally cool.
Okay. Will she even be able to name 2?
This is gonna be a very annoying answer to listen to.
I kind of agree, yes, and it's longer. Ashley, what do you think?
I agree with Jaybird. You might get a couple, but I don't know about all 7.
Okay, we'll go with 2. Let's see. Will she get 2?
Sleepy, dopey,
Okay.
grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Sleepy, dumpy, gropey. Dopey.
Gropey?
Gropey. I like gropies.
Oh, I bet you do.
This is terrible. Sleepy, dopey, grumpy, happy. I don't know.
Were those all 4? Did she get 4 of them?
I think she got 5.
Did she?
She didn't get the answer though.
She didn't get
No.
7, no.
She didn't. All right. Well, that's good enough. And Ashley, you got enough. You got the one right to win. So congratulations. You are going to Universal Orlando.
Universal!
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the Wacked Out News. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the Wacked Out News. Huh. So many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, yeah. This is what we got for you today, man. This dude in Portland stole this ambulance. But you know the problem when you steal an ambulance, if you crash and get hurt, you just stole the ambulance.
That was going to help you.
Yeah. So the irony of this, they had to then call all the way across town to get another ambulance to get the dummy who just crashed the ambulance and hurt himself.
That's on you.
That is kind of on you.
If it takes a little longer to get you to the hospital, nobody's sweating it.
What took y'all so long? We stole the ambulance, dumbass. There's a guy in California that tried to steal a car. Problem is he couldn't get it started. He said, that's not a problem. It's a 2003 Honda Pilot. It's a small car. I'll just push it. Cops responded to a report of a disabled vehicle blocking part of the roadway. They're like, why is it blocking the roadway? Well, this guy was pushing it across the intersection, trying to get it home. They checked his ID, checked the registration of the car. They didn't match up. They put it all together.
Don't.
He was trying to steal a car by pushing it home. Then he took off running on foot because that's all he had for transportation. They caught him after a brief chase.
Very simple to catch.
There's a woman in Germany that called the cops yesterday and said her husband had been murdered. Terrible. Turned out, though, she only said that because she wanted him to show up faster and tow a car away that was blocking her driveway.
What? Oh, my gosh.
She had to get out to the club, Virginia.
What an insane woman.
Happy hour ends in 40 minutes. Can't get it. How long for a tow truck? An hour. Well, happy hour ends in 40 minutes. Yes, I'd like to report a murder.
So drastic. Did they haul her off to jail? Probably.
Yeah, they did.
You probably missed happy hour anyway.
Yeah.
Dummy.
It's a woman in Spain that got rescued by police on Monday after she tied herself to her steering wheel trying to recreate a scene from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
Does anybody know what that scene is? Can anybody recreate that?
Yeah, we can.
What was that scene?
Let's do it.
Hey, Denny's, can you come in here? Do you know what the scene is?
I don't, but I'm willing to learn.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the scene is. That's what I'm trying to...
Something tells me he's dabbled.
Yeah, what was that scene that somebody's tied to a steering wheel? Thankfully, I've only watched the first one. I kind of regret that.
I'm on it. I'm looking up the research.
Yeah. What exactly was she doing to recreate this scene? Well, that's kind of embarrassing, though, when the cops are called and you're like, what are you doing?
Is it, or is that what she wanted?
Is she by herself? Did she want the cops to respond? Oh, no, you've caught me.
Oh, officer, please don't frisk me.
Jaybird thinks so.
A lot of people, including Jaybird, apparently have a police officer fetish.
Don't you make it sound like
You've told me about the cop.
There was a hot police officer
in Palm Beach Gardens.
So you got a cop fetish.
And
now it's coming out on the radio.
But I said
don't be afraid.
I said she was hot like 9 years ago, and she always brings it up. You love cops. And I love cops.
Okay.
But you make it sound like I've got this.
Not the flat top ones. Just the hot female ones in Palm Beach Gardens.
Okay. That's your thing, huh?
I wonder if the old girl's still on the force.
Kev, that's where I decide to speed sometimes. I go to Gardens hoping to get pulled over.
You do, huh? Pantsless. Yeah.
All tied up to his steering wheel. Something weird. Sticking out of someplace weird.
Yeah, you're making it weird.
They call it, yeah, Bob, can you come handle this one? Yeah. This guy's enjoying this too much.
That was like 8 years ago. I don't even know.
An intoxicated man was arrested for lighting bottle rockets in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's not typically a problem. Unfortunately, he was drunk and doing it inside his home.
Oh,
yeah.
Dummy.
The cops are like going, dude, stop lighting off the bottle rockets. And apparently he became combative. So then they had to wrestle him to the ground on top of it. Yeah. This is kind of ironic, too. There's a security guard at CVS in Massachusetts that got arrested on Wednesday for dealing drugs outside of a drugstore. But they weren't like the kind of drugs you get inside. They're different kinds. So you get them all. If you go to CVS, you want drugs, we got the legal ones and the not so legal.
And we got really hustling employees. Man's working 2 jobs simultaneously.
Yeah, you're right. He is. And finally here today, a mom in upstate New York was arrested on Wednesday after she threatened to body slam her kid's principal.
What did the principal do? I want to hear both sides.
That's a little drastic, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. Maybe he's asking for it, huh?
You don't know.
Okay, never know. And there you go. And that is your Whacked Out News. Well, I thought it was over yesterday, but Jaybird sent me again the New Orleans quiz.
He found his question.
Yeah.
I had to rewrite them.
Oh, jeez.
I never found them. Gone with Jimmy Hoffa. Have no idea where they're at.
Wow, just poof, disappeared.
Mystery of the world.
Yesterday would have been really fitting because Jaybird jumped on to a National Cereal Day quiz and took, all kinds of different powders in the face, and some of them burned his eyes. It was just a tough day. So it would have been nice to be able to turn the tables on you because there was a little challenge in this, Virginia. If you got all the questions right, you got his cell phone to do whatever you wanted. You could go in there and text somebody or whatever, but for every question you missed, you had to wear the shock collar and get shocked. So he was, really wanting to shock you because he had tried another bit with you while I was gone about like pop culture trivia or movies or music.
It was movie characters.
And I gave multiple choices, and
Yeah.
I even get annoyed when Kevin does multiple choices because I'm like, it's too easy.
Yeah.
And then I did it.
Yeah.
And I laid in bed all night thinking, you really blew it, man.
Yeah, and then Virginia aced it, and you didn't get to shock her, and so that
the audience turned
backfired.
on me again.
Yeah, just a lot of things backfire. And then yesterday we set up to do the whole thing, and then you couldn't find the questions.
Oh, the haters loved it. They love seeing me have a meltdown.
Okay, so
oh, they did.
Virginia, do you want to do the bit? It's up to you because we didn't get a definitive answer yet.
Is it today National or International Women's Day? I kind of feel weird shocking Virginia.
So we could not do it. I just didn't know if it's whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. It's
I'm
up to
kidding.
you.
I don't want people saying I laid up. I mean, no one wants to get shocked.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be heckled like they heckle the bird.
Well, he was thinking you're a New Orleans poser. You're all things New Orleans. You're from New Orleans. You always go back for Mardi Gras. If you can't ace this quiz, then you're just a poser.
But let's take you back to a time where someone was in here saying how, I know about wine. I know about wine. And somebody was proven to be a wine poser when the bird beat that wine ass.
The competition was flawed.
There it is.
There's an asterisk.
Well, Virginia, you make the decision. I'm cool with it, whatever. Whatever you want to do. You don't have to take it. I've got other stuff we can do.
Bring it, bird.
Here you go. You gotta strap it on.
Okay. All right. Virginia, I guess, is going to take it. She'll take the challenge. The New Orleans quiz. Jaybird has written the questions. If she misses one, she gets shocked. But if she aces it 5 questions, you get his phone.
It's about New Orleans history?
It's about New Orleans musicians. And I will say they are all popular musicians. You've heard of every musician, I think. Stop giving clues. Sorry, I have to talk.
Do we have an era? Like, what's the era?
The era is from 1900 to now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Or circa 1930 to 2005.
Okay.
Okay.
Certain instruments they play or genres? Or
You're asking a lot of questions, Ralston.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah.
Some play instruments.
Okay. And so what is it? Virginia gets your phone if she aces this?
If she gets 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I've written these to try to stump her. If
I know.
she can get them, she can look through my phone. She can send text, whatever she's got to do.
Can I look through your photos?
Don't give a crap.
Can I look through your text photos?
I don't care. You're going to have access to my phone if you can get 5 out of 5.
Oh, come on. Sweet Jesus, please. Lord, give me the strength to get these right.
This somehow smells like it's going to cause a lot of drama. But
What do you mean?
I don't know. Someone's going to wind up very upset or something. One way or the other. Virginia's going to get shocked and get mad, or she's going to ace it and you're going to get mad. But what the hell? It's Friday, right? Okay. All right. How will... I know it's not going to go well. How will it go wrong? That's what you got to find out. All right, here we go. It is time. Jaybird has rewritten his questions for the New Orleans quiz. Virginia fresh back from Mardi Gras, and he believes she's a New Orleans poser.
I do want to address something that the people are giving me a hard time about. I want to prove to everybody. People think I went into my phone and wiped it clean. I did not wipe it. If you can see on Kvj TV, all my photos.
Is that a breast?
Who knows? We don't know.
What about the text messages?
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Text messages, nothing's been deleted. I swear to you. I mean, nothing.
Nothing's been deleted except the things that are deleted and you can't see.
No, Kevin, why don't you look that over and tell me if anything's been deleted? If you know my personality.
Hey, Sugar Teas, what are you doing?
That's not what it's.
Is that Aunt Anne? Oh, Jaybird.
Please confirm. Did not wipe it clean.
Looks good.
All right, who gets to control the shocker? Because I think it's too much for Jaybird to run the contest
Give it to
and
me.
run the
Or
shocker.
Denny's. Denny's is peaceful.
I trust Denny's.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to. Everybody, I just want to stay out. Everybody, somehow I've rigged something.
So am I hosting and you're just watching this?
I just want to sit over here and just.
He
see
said it's
what
a bad
happens.
idea. I concur.
I know you guys somehow you guys are gonna end up fighting horribly.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If it's a bad idea, there's going to be all this drama.
No.
And I'm going into the weekend
We're
with a
way
Virginia fight.
Yeah. Well, we're way too far into it now. I think now if we back out, there will be a fight. So.
You're right. Gosh.
Yeah, we're in it now, baby. So something's gonna happen. And keep in mind, Virginia, once you agree to get in this, and keep in mind, if you lose the first question, you still got to go through 4 more, and you're still gonna get shocked, and you don't get the phone.
It's 5 questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So that's part of the agreement that you've made, is that you realize that if you miss question 4,
If I miss anything, I don't get the phone.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go perfect. I mean,
I know he's made it so hard.
hey, life is hard. Yesterday, it was hard. My eyeballs were burning. It made me a better human. I'm better today for you blowing in my face.
What?
Things.
Don't say that.
Blowing things in
I
my
don't think
blowing
that came
things.
out right.
It did not come out right. You sure you want me to host this?
Too late. All right, here we go. Virginia, you still okay with those terms?
I guess.
Oh, again!
I told you, it's
I
too
know.
late. Yeah.
Because now what's going to
I know.
happen is I'm going to get emails.
Well, we'll see after the questions. If they're impossible, like stuff that nobody would ever even know in a million years, then.
You're right. Gosh, Kevin is so right. It's
knew
going to
it.
turn into
I knew it. Yep. Either way, I know we got a fight on deck.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Either way.
I don't know if I want to do this.
Either way, a fight's coming,
I
baby.
was so excited. I spent so much time on these questions.
Yeah.
Now, are these the original ones?
These are mostly the original ones.
Okay.
I had to change one up because I don't know where it went. I forgot what it was.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right, here you go. Virginia, you ready for this? 5 questions. You got to go perfect. For every one you miss, Denny's is going to shock you with the shock collar.
I just got really hot on my chest.
The first question's going to really dictate how this thing goes, honestly.
Okay. All New Orleans artists, correct?
All New Orleans artists, and you can fact check me. You can Google it. But don't fact check me and Google it. Why am I nervous?
All the ones that
yeah.
if I get any wrong, you can bet I'll be fact checking and Googling, and you better not be
Oh,
wrong.
I'm so scared.
All right. Let the chaos begin.
Hey, do you have any crown? Because you're about to be down. Is that a New Orleans term?
It is.
Okay, I'm just trying
But
to
it's like a football thing.
trying to warm it up. All right.
Not even
okay.
football season.
All right. Okay. Your question number 1.
We got a nervous bird in here.
This New Orleans artist earned a Grammy for the 1932 song "All of Me."
1932?
It was a great year for jazz.
Okay, he said yeah, I mean, that's why we got specific on the eras, and he said that coming into this when you agreed on it.
Way too. I like that,
Yeah,
Kevin.
I mean, that's why I want to get that out there. So she's like, this is okay, I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 30s.
1932. Who was alive in 1932?
Oh, this is going to take a while, by the way.
Oh, my
It's going
gosh.
to take a while.
Famous New Orleans artists, obviously old school. Yep. It would have been cranking out the hits in the 30s.
I mean, you got old guys like. How old's Fats Domino?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I'm in her head. I am in the Raging Cajun's head.
How old is Pete Fountain?
Yeah, if she misses this, too, it's like it's nothing but a shot. Yeah.
It's nothing but a craft show for her.
Yeah, it is.
And then that's when that's when it gets really bad for us. That's when it gets bad. When she loses, gets shocked, and it
if she
keeps
misses
going.
this one, yeah.
It's we all lose.
If she gets shocked 5 in a row, she is going to be like mad as a wet
Oh,
cat.
Kevin, there's a really good chance she's going to get shocked 5 times in a row.
She got a ton of heavy things over there.
Why are you so evil?
Okay. What comes to mind when you're thinking of an old school New Orleans musical artist that could have had a hit in 1930s?
It's got to be the oldest one that I can think of that has any kind of fame that I would know.
Mm-hmm.
Louis Armstrong.
She got it right.
Oh!
I'm going to hold off on my comments. I'm going to hold off on my comments.
What do you have to say?
I got a lot to say, and you have so much spit on your chin.
I'm nervous.
Why are we all sweating?
When I'm nervous, I sweat and over saliva produce.
Okay, that's a tough one, though. So he set the bar.
It's a tough one.
4 more.
Question number 2. This New Orleans artist gained a following in the late 1960s after the release of his album Gris Gris and his appearance at the Bath Festival of Blues and Progressive Music.
Was the album in question Gree?
Or Gris Gris? I don't know.
Gris.
Oh,
Gris?
no.
It's pronounced Gree.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's Dr. John.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's right.
Gris.
Gris, bitch.
Dr. John came to the South Florida Fair.
Yeah, right. I remember
2
you
years
were
ago.
psyched, yeah, when that
I was
happened.
literally sitting in the third row.
Oh, Bird.
I love Dr. John.
Bird, you may not realize you may have served up some softballs here.
Okay, all right. Just get focused.
All right, she's got 2 in. She's got to get 3 more right to get your phone.
This artist appeared in 2 films released in 1956. One of these movies was The Girl Can't Help It. Who is this artist?
What year again?
What?
This artist appeared in 2 films released in 1956. This is a musician. One of the films is The Girl Can't Help It.
Okay.
This New Orleans artist.
The 50s?
Okay.
1956.
It was big in New Orleans in the 50s.
The Girl Can't Help It.
This cat's not as old as Louis Armstrong, who was killing it in the 30s.
Yep.
I'm just going to guess. He just died recently, so rest in peace, Fats Domino.
This is such bull crap. There's no way you know these answers. There's no way.
Fats Domino.
This is so
Fats
rigged.
Domino stayed in New Orleans
So
through
rigged.
Hurricane Katrina and refused to leave his house, and they had to literally go rescue him. I love Fats Domino.
This does no. There's no way you know these questions.
Maybe to make him tough enough.
Kevin. 1950. Whatever. This reeks of Riggy Ralston.
Oh, okay. See,
His
yeah.
posture. He's way too quiet.
Okay, so he doesn't give me the answers so that I can't rig it. And
But
then,
I did give them to him today, though. I gave him the answers today. This is just real suspect. Virginia knowing about 1956. The Girl Can't Help It.
Okay, do we want to take a break? Do we want to rethink this?
Oh.
Okay. We got 2 left. Do we need to recompose?
Yes, we need to recompose.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
We need to.
All right. We gotta,
yes, we do.
Okay. All right. Virginia has gotten 3 in a row. She's 2 away from getting Jaybird's phone.
No.
All right. There's
This
chaos
reeks.
happening. All
Reeks
right.
of Ralston.
Will we continue Virginia's New Orleans quiz? We'll find out next.
Do you want to watch the KVJ Show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
I'm starting to really hate that music.
Well, this is our New Orleans themed fun music here for the New Orleans quiz. Now, something was happening during the break, and we're trying to figure out what it was. Now, the deal going on here is Jaybird brought in a New Orleans quiz for Virginia, who's back from Mardi Gras, and a New Orleans native, and he's dying to shock you with the shot collar.
Dying to.
So he knew you wouldn't jump into this unless there was a reward for you. So if you get all 5 questions correctly, then you get his phone, which he never wants you to have, and you go through his text messages and photos and do whatever you want with it, and he would never allow you to do that. So that's a great reward for Virginia. But during the break here, after you got the first 3 correct, Virginia, there's only 2 more. You get his phone. People are noticing Jaybird was over there feverishly working. Now, he's working on either one of 2 things. Some people in the chat room think he was either deleting photos and text messages, thinking you're going to get the next 2 right, or they think that he thinks that the whole contest was rigged, and he's rewriting his last 2 questions to try to stump you.
Okay, so one of those 2 things did happen. I absolutely guys, I'm not deleting stuff. I'm not trying to take it. I swear to you.
Okay.
You take my phone.
Okay, so
I swear on everything. I am not deleting anything.
I'm glad you rewrote it because, I want to be left out of this and the whole.
Oh, whatever. You are just laying back like the great Oz that you are.
The whole. I'm always like, I rigged it somehow. I had a hand in this. I'm always getting thrown under the riggy bus.
The
and the chat
rig-
room was like, I smell a rig job.
The
This
rig
is rigged.
isn't real.
I don't know
The
how,
rig
but
is-
somehow
I know
Riggy's
how. I know
somehow
how.
Riggy's rigged this thing again. And so
Okay.
now that you've written 2 new questions,
No, no.
I can't be accused of rigging because I had nothing to do with it.
You know what? I'm gonna keep the original questions. You have them, so you know I'm not
No,
lying.
I would do the 2 new ones. I think that's the right move.
Here's what
I don't
I'll
want
do.
to trust me. I don't want to be implicated in this because everybody be like, "Oh, Kev, rigged
Oh, you
it."
are implicated.
I don't want to be implicated. Take me out of it. Write 2 new questions.
He's innocent.
Yeah.
You've been fingered.
This is one of the original questions. Because there's no way she knows this answer. There's no way.
Okay, I mean, she goes like she's from New Orleans.
Okay, all right. This New Orleans singer sang the anthem at WCW's Spring Stampede in 1994.
Wait, what is WCW? The wrestling?
You're such a terrible actress. Gosh, I know your work. Yes, it's wrestling.
I don't. It's WWE, I thought.
Okay.
WCW.
Kevin's right. There's going to be a fight.
In 19 what?
1993, this artist
All right, who
sang
was
the anthem for WCW's Spring Stampede in 1994.
okay
So it's an artist that was popular in 93.
around that era?
I don't. I mean,
I would think so.
popularity is such a,
Because they usually do that thing to
term.
promote something.
A newer artist then. 93. I mean, in New Orleans terms, that's
Yeah.
I didn't say. I said 1994 Spring Stampede.
I thought you said 93.
Did I say 93? Am I losing my mind again?
You're shook.
Oh, I am shook.
You're shook.
I trust nobody.
You're
It's
right.
just not even Miho. Not even my sweet
He's
Miho.
scanning the room trying to look for someone to blame for why this is going so wrong. And
Do we have that El Presidente?
he doesn't know where to go with this.
Do you mean the aguardiente?
El Guaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguaguagu
man. Someone is
Somebody
coming.
falling
wow.
apart.
Dude is unraveling. What? You look.
It's been such a week of
so
losing.
sweaty.
How did this turn? The tables turned on me. It always does. Gosh, you are Lucy from Charlie Brown. All right. Can you answer the question?
I mean,
I'll ask it one more time.
Yes, please.
This New Orleans artist sang the anthem at WCW Spring Stampede in 1994.
Singer, 1994, New Orleans artist. Only one I can think of is Aaron Neville.
This is such.
She got it right?
Is it right?
No way. I know what WCW was.
No, but I know what 1994 was.
No. We have to have some law around here.
What?
No way. Oh, I believe in so much. I do not believe in this.
You need to believe in antiperspirant.
Hold on. Okay.
Have you started drinking?
That's like a dry fit shirt.
He's going for a beer.
How are you sweating through a dry fit shirt?
Yeah.
I feel like, in the movies where everything slows down and everyone's laughing at you in slow-mo? That's what it feels like right now. The whole world is just crumbling.
Okay. All right. Virginia's gotten 4 out of 5. If she gets this, she gets access to your phone. If not, you get to shock her. Again, I would recommend.
I know you would, Kev.
Yeah.
I know you would. You'd recommend
question.
a lot.
Okay, a new question. Just telling you. Okay, whatever you decide, this is your call. 5th and final one. But if Virginia gets this, that phone, you got to hand it to her right now. Open up. I think she already knows the passcode, but
There's no way she's this good. I just want to go on record. Okay, I think I've made that. Okay.
You don't think she would know these artists?
I know your passcode.
Okay. The 5th and final question here, Jay Bird for Virginia New Orleans trivia.
Mijo, do I go with the original question or go with the new one I wrote during commercial?
It's a tough call.
Not if you have my back. It's not that tough of a call.
Yeah, is Denny setting him up or?
Oh, Kevin is never. I thought yesterday you were smug. Oh my God. I hope Aunt Anne's listening to this.
We should get that on a T-shirt.
This injustice. This is. Oh man.
That should be on a T-shirt. I thought yesterday you were smug. ...
I mean,
every day he grows.
The injustice of this week. The last 2. She comes back into town. Flying back into town on her broom.
It's really Okay.
This artist debuted. Oh, gee.
Okay.
Hold on. This
Hold on.
He's so
Boy's
upset.
so rattled here. Okay, 5th and final question. A lot riding on this one.
Oh. This artist This artist's debut album was called The Block is Hot, and it went certified platinum.
Do you have a year?
I don't.
Okay.
I didn't know I was required to have a year all of a sudden.
That's how I guessed all the other ones.
Yeah.
I didn't have a year in every one of them.
Yeah, you did. Well, except for Dr. John, but I knew that from Gree the album.
Okay. And of course, I know you're a big fan of the Bath Festival of Blues and Progressive Music. I know you're a big fan of that festival.
Oh, I actually haven't been to it.
Yeah, this artist,
Okay.
their debut album, The Block is Hot, went certified platinum.
Can you get a genre or?
What year?
It's got to be in the 90s, late 90s.
There's a lot of help going on here, which I find all of this. This doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
I'll give you
okay.
the year. I'll play the game. I'll dance. I have to look it up now.
I'll stop.
Let's just go with the.
Then I got it. I got beer in my computer and I cannot get to my mouse is broke. Hold on. Hold on. The year was, I got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
The year was 1999. The Block.
How do you spell the?
THA.
Okay. The Block.
It's hot. Yeah. Well, you guys, what else do you need? 1999.
Hip hop or something. Okay. 99. The Block is hot. That's what you know, Virginia.
The Block is hot.
It is all riding on this. You either get shocked or you get Jaybird's phone based on what you answer here. A New Orleans born artist. What do you got?
I mean, there is so much tension in this room.
Oh, it's so thick.
Everyone's all quiet.
Oh, I feel like I know it. I know it's a rap album.
Okay.
Just take the phone. Just take the phone. Just take the phone. The
What?
rig. Oh, the rig is in.
How-
oh,
the
the rig. Just take the phone. Just take the phone.
How is that? Was this one of the ones you sent me, or is this a new question?
I have no idea. I forget.
Okay. All right. He doesn't know. Okay, so if this is one that you sent me, then all right, maybe it is right. You should have asked one of the new ones.
All I'm doing over here as a host.
I told you to ask a new question.
All I am doing
I
is.
told you to ask a new question. I'm just saying that.
I'm giving you your phone back because I don't think I've earned it yet.
Okay, Virginia, what is the answer? We need it right now. Who is this? The Block is Hot was their debut album in 1999. New Orleans born.
I'm guessing Mystical?
No, it's not Mystical.
It's not?
No, it's not Mystical.
It's not Mystical.
No.
Who is it?
Lil Wayne.
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne. Shocker, Daddy.
I gotta get the shock.
Here comes the pain.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so was that an original question or was that a new one?
That was a new question.
Okay.
Interesting how the new question is the one she got wrong. How odd. How odd.
I'm sorry. I didn't know
Okay,
that
but
one.
no one can say the rig was in?
No.
Well, no, because at the last second, the rig was stopped.
I didn't know that one.
The rig was in, but the rig was stopped. Oh, but the rig was in.
The rig. What do you mean the rig was in?
You guys gotta
What do you mean
think.
the rig was in?
The rig was
why,
in.
If the rig was in, why would I encourage you to ask a new question?
Yeah. And why would I give you back your phone? I never do that.
I think you're a little paranoid. I
Yeah.
think, and honestly, I think we have some trust issues on this show.
We definitely have some trust issues. And
And some moisture absorbency issues. You are wet.
Okay, so if it was rigged, who rigged it?
I think we all know the answer to that, don't we?
I don't know, because you pointed a finger at Denny's too.
The people in chat were saying Denny's. I'm like,
No,
I didn't have any hand in this.
Denny's is just a hired gun. He has to do whatever Kevin tells him.
Did you notice who was trying to give a clue about like what year the album happened? What do you say, late 90s?
Well, just because every other...
Kevin's turning.
I'm just saying. I just.
Denny's did chime in with the
Did
year.
anybody notice?
Denny's was oddly involved in this.
Well,
I knew
will
the
say
answer to that one.
I will say that.
Why did he decide to get so vocal all of a sudden? In the late 90s, like giving clues.
Someone nailed it in the chat room. Smugs at his finest. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Well
yeah.
done.
Did I give a clue? No.
Oh, well
I was just
done.
sitting back. Okay.
There's
All right.
no way.
Okay.
There's one that WCW question. There's no way she knew. That.
Okay.
You
All
gave
right.
a year.
All right. Okay. All right. Like I said, I knew it was going to cause a fight one way or the other. and I
love it.
can't believe I'm being blamed again for
Oh, and
rigging. Yeah.
the Great Oz, everybody.
All right.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
There's a lot of people that think that the game was rigged. In fact, even Suits is being thrown under the Riggy bus now.
So it's Denny's.
Yeah.
And people are getting mad at me because they're saying I had a meltdown and I ruined the game because Virginia felt bad at me and threw that.
I knew it was going to turn out like this.
They can
And
kiss my ass.
That was the only
those
thing I
people.
knew.
They can kiss it.
I knew at the end there was going to be a lot of emotion and a lot of drama.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing. I didn't know who was going to win. But
I'm over here angrily power drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm mad I don't know more rap.
Yeah.
I'm mad that you're still acting like you knew all those answers.
I mean, all the other ones I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
And I can give you backstories,
Yep. You are.
history,
Yep.
details.
Tell me about the WCW stamp.
I don't know that.
But you
I
knew
do
how to
know
hit.
Aaron Neville
Okay.
and his mole.
They were big in early
They were
90s.
huge in
Neville Brothers.
1994.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Somebody's actually saying, I think that you guys should go another round. I'm like, oh my goodness.
No
I don't
way.
know. Yeah, Jay Bird is tired. Everybody's just, yeah.
Please, so you all kill each other. Go another
Yeah.
round. That's what they want.
Yeah. They're just having some problems.
Bloodthirsty animals.
Apparently, we're going viral today, y'all.
Yeah, for what?
Same old Rob Schneider. Somehow Reddit picked it up. Now a new crop of people are out hating us.
Oh yeah, there was really bad things written about us again last night. People thought it was new. They thought that old ass footage was new.
Good, because I'll be rested by the weekend. I'll be ready for some Twitter fights.
Well, apparently you're going to get some.
I've been fighting all day online.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Does it keep rearing its ugly head?
I love it.
I love it too. I tell people, I'm not above it, and I have all day.
Okay. I have all day. Well, coming up this weekend, do not forget, you've got daylight saving time starting on Sunday. Hopefully this is the last time we got to mess with the clocks. I'm really counting on Marco Rubio to get this thing passed nationwide.
Come on, Rubio.
So we can get rid of it. 54% of Americans wish we just do away with the whole stupid thing. And I gave you a whole laundry list of reasons why we should yesterday. It's just something dumb that we just done and we do. That's just the way we've always done it. No,
it
we
needs
haven't.
to stay lighter longer because it's good for commerce. It's good for tourism. It's good for people like myself who want to go to Publix at 6:30 at night and have it not be pitch black dark.
Safer, better.
Safer, better,
Yeah.
everything.
Tons of stuff. Tons of reasons why.
So it's 10:51 right now, really. I mean, if you want to get down to brass tacks.
Yeah.
What?
Brass tacks.
I'm over here just
drinking.
You're over there drinking.
I'm over here just drinking.
You're drinking like I went through your phone, but I didn't go through your phone.
I'm getting shamed.
He started drinking before I even had
I
the
really
last
thought
He really dodged a bullet.
I thought it was going a different way.
If I knew New Orleans rappers better.
Yeah. And you were right about Mystical. He is right, and he did have a hit.
He
Watch
did.
Yourself. That was 99.
Shake your ass.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, that was tough. It was a toss-up. Him or Lil Wayne. Just missed it. That was a 50-50. I thought this was a fantastic, lovely story. I always love a little bit of positivity. 5 teenagers in New Jersey recently woke up at 4:30 in the morning to shovel a neighbor's driveway so she could make it to her dialysis appointment.
Aw, that's
Right?
awesome.
Right? How about that, huh?
And when she went to the appointment, they robbed her house.
Yes.
Bird.
Part 2.
He's drinking. I'm sorry.
That's right. So we're going to turn to our half-buzz boy over here to give us our thought for the day.
Ah, yes. Never underestimate a person's ability to make you feel guilty for their mistakes. Ah.
Kind of a dark thought.
No, is it? Okay. What? Sorry? I thought it was...
Made you feel guilty. Worked.
It did work. Oh, my, Your Honor, Exhibit A.
All right.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ show.